Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, North Node. I hope all of you are doing great. Thanks for tuning into the channel. So we have Saturn going direct through Pisces back into Aries, and there will be a lot of really good karma. You'll reap what you sow. Things will fall into line. Order, accomplishments, achievements over the course of the next 2 years. It will be all about you. What can you achieve? What can you do? Getting things very orderly, structured, things that are falling into place naturally. So let's see what we have here coming in for you, Aries. Spirit, please show us the message around Aries. What did they need to see or acknowledge? 8 of Cups. Okay, this is the energy of the 8th house Scorpio. This is like, I feel like I'm done. I feel like I've seen, done, and I'm out. So 8 of Cups. Okay, you want this cycle to be over, or you find no more joy in something, and you're like, I did what I needed to do, or something along those lines. A departure. Okay, what is in your crossing? Competitive energy. You have no more time for this. You're like, this isn't a part of my plan. This isn't something that I want to do. You have no time for it. It is actually stuck. There's something that would be keeping you stuck. 5 of Wands. Competitive, conflict-filled energy. Justifying. So there is something where it'd be like, I'm justifying why I'm in this difficult scenario. And you're like, no, I don't need to justify anymore. I've made my day of judgment. Here you are, 9 of Pentacles, doing it on your own. Okay, very good. You've justified to yourself that this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to be. Knight of Water. Someone from the past could be coming back around, or you could be reaching out. There is something about nostalgia and Knight of Water, moving water. What's in the past here? 8 of Pentacles. You've built it up. Okay. You've built up the enterprise to a point where you're ready. So what's going on here? What comes in? Four of Wands. A goal is achieved. It's here. It's arrived. This is it. It's your passion, it's your motivation. Okay, 3 of Swords, trying to flip there. I'm going to just put it back in because I'm not quite sure what is going on here. What is your energy, Aries? What are you bringing? Ooh, remember I said just now, I said you've made your decision, the day of judgment, the day of reckoning. Okay. Secrets. Silence. Quiet. Someone's quiet. They're silent. Okay. Very mysterious. Okay, 2 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. So there's something you don't know the information, or you don't know in order to make a choice with the 2 of Pentacles. In order to keep things in balance, or to juggle something and, you know, keep it going, keep it, maybe to consider your options. Someone is being very silent with the High Priestess. Okay, King of Water is the outcome. I'm going to put this off to the side. There is a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or you are following your intuition. What is going on for Aries as this outcome? Wow, a King of Fire. and the moon. There's something hidden. So we have a fire king, Aries, Leo, Sag, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We do have the moon. Something, there's a secret. There's a secret. So you reach out trying to persuade, or someone else tries to persuade you, and you make a judgment call. 10 of Pentacles, long-term commitments and something that's permanent or established, gives you a solid foundation. Under pressure, 7 of Cups. Not really understanding how you feel about something. It's very complicated. And then we have an Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. A new opportunity plus your 9 gives you a 10. Gives you a permanent situation. So what is this outcome about? What is the permanent situation? There's 2 individuals. An Ace of Cups overflowing. Emotions overflow. What is 4 of Wands? Why is there something you anticipate that is already here, or it's already there? What's 4 of Wands for Aries coming in? The 6 of Wands. Someone rides in on the victory horse with Temperance. Trying to understand, being patient. Someone is going public or showing that they've overcome a difficult situation. Advertising or an 8 of Fire. Viral energy or accelerating information. A water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Someone's getting up and going. Knight of Fire. And what do we have for Aries here? A choice, 2 of Pentacles. Juggling or weighing your options. And then we have the Emperor. It could be you, it could be someone else, an authority position. It could be you overseeing something or being in charge of something. And then 6 of Coins, leveling it up, increasing it, bringing it out of the cold to give material gain or balance. But you make a decision here based on the past with the 6 of Cups. You could be helping somebody. Why is there someone who's in the Moon and High Priestess? Why is there a secret? 6 of Air. They're avoiding, moving on, not talking, you know, very aloof energy. What do we have with that? The Lover's card and 10 of Swords and 9 of Rods. You don't want to give up. You don't want to quit. There's something where you're very persistent. You try really hard. Okay. The outcome was a 10 of Pentacles, a permanent connection. It could be something about family ties that are strong. Your energy is in the 8s. You had 888, which is I'm at my best. It's more than something developed. It's like an enterprise. It's a business. It's a schooling. It's something where you are working towards something permanent, something that is very accomplished. You're looking at details. 8 of Cups, though, is I want to walk away. I want to put space or distance. King of the Cups, a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio could be here influencing your energy. What have we got around that? A Devil. Wow, okay, so something very tempting or something very controlled. Oh, we have Magician. So we have someone who is moving energies around or coordinating, orchestrating. The Death card. Wow, something closes out the cycle. We should, with 7 of Cups, you don't understand. Somebody's being very manipulative. With the devil and the cross, that's like, I don't know. That could be like dark energies. Somebody's moving, changing, fixing, arranging. We should get some sage going on here. All right, spirit angels, guides, please keep any and all dark energies away from Aries. We don't need any dark energies around Aries. Please clear out the bad energies if there are any. Send the demons back to where they came from. Any demonic energies we don't need, just send them back to where they came from. We reverse this energy. We reverse it and send it back. Do a return to sender of any and all dark or negative energies. We do a return to sender. Send it back to them. Clear out the energies and call in Archangel Michael. Call in Archangel Michael for protection over Aries. Reverse any dark energies. Make it go back and affect the person who was sending it out towards the Aries. Okay, so we do have the devil with the magician, with the devil and the crossing. A 7 of Cups, complex feelings. We have the 4 of Swords. Not a lot of information, or the information you do have is difficult. The Lovers, okay, reconciled. 2 of Cups. You agree with someone, you feel the same way. Oh, wow, okay. There's a 5 of Cups around this energy, emotional loss. You are 7 of Cups, or you fear 7 of Cups. Not understanding. Complexity of feelings, varieties. It can be overwhelmed. What's going on with the outcome? An Empress. The Goddess, the Matriarch. The 5 of Swords. Somebody is wanting to conquer or win. Wanting to feel justified for why something is the way it is. Wanting to, maybe harboring some resentments. There is a Knight of Cups here. Somebody coming in with their feelings. And then we do have under it the Judgment, the Day of Judgment, Resurrection. You're 2 of Cups. You feel the same way as somebody else. You share a strong bond. High Priestess. There's a secret. There is something that is... Someone is very aloof. They don't want to discuss. Why are they that way with the High Priestess? There's a Tower and a 6 of Air on a 3 of Pentacles. So something that's counted on, depended on, exclusive, that continues and is developed. This person, it could be a, you know, some kind of small group or team. 3 of Pentacles to me is something has developed into a habit that is real. There is someone 6 of Air and Tower. They're moving out of this energy. That is the energy around you. This person is like, I'm out of this, or I'm avoiding it. I'm staying out of it. Why is there a death? Why is there a change? Clarify the Death card. Okay, so we have a 9 of Cups. So something works out in your favor because of this Magician. And we do have the Fool. Fresh starts and new beginnings. What's under it? And there it is. We just go all the way around and back to 1. Yeah, so 9 of Pentacles. It's like, I'm doing this on my own. I'm doing this with my own resources. There's a very independent energy. Why are you supporting someone? 2 of Cups. King of Swords and Truth. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody could be telling you the truth, or you're telling someone else the truth, but it is a final decision. It's very clear. Why is someone, Five of Swords, harboring resentment? Page of Cups. Somebody who reaches out with their feelings. Why is this here? Six of Coin, again. There's someone who reaches out with their feelings, trying to persuade, and then you have a Six of Pentacles. You're elevating someone, bringing them up, or they're bringing you up. The energy of benefiting, helping, benefiting, charitableness. What is the Knight of Cups here? What is that? The discovery of the Hermit. So somebody finds something out on their own spiritual discovery, but their energy around you is Moon, High Priestess, Five of Cups, Six of Air. So there is something that they find out or that they have gone through that is very difficult. Future energy is the Four of Wands and Lovers. So this is what you expected or what motivated you. It was the goal. For me, right this minute, I'm not exactly understanding how it is you have a goal. Maybe you have a goal of supporting somebody, of helping them, being there for them. Your goal is Two of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Like, I want to be here for you. I want to share. I want to be permanent or have permanent. It could be something about a job. Okay, show us what else for Aries. Show us again, Spirit. We need to get more clarity. The Five of Wands. Okay, you're looking at the value or the worth of a conflict. Because this Five of Wands was in the crossing to your energy. So you're like, you know, my happiness means more to me than this. This job, this group, these people, whatever it is, this neighborhood, who knows? It is something about opposing interests. Like, you're motivated, somebody else is motivated, but they're not in harmony. It's conflict filled. It could be literally about fights. The Hierophant in the crossing, rules, regulation, policy, schools, procedural. What else for Aries here? Show us. Magician again. So we have the Magician, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody is a magician. They're making things happen. They're very... There's someone who's very... or they're very good at coordinating, orchestrating, making things happen. Very resourceful. But there's moon energy around it. So there is some kind of secret... Seven of Water underneath. I don't understand a complexity of emotions. Again, you have a Four of Swords in the past. You didn't have the information, the knowledge, or no one told you. It comes in swift now, though. Knight of Swords. You find the information out. And a Two of Cups. You're in agreement with someone. You feel the same way. You're supporting them. They're supporting you as well. There's a bond of feelings. And what is around dear Aries here? Hangman. Someone is submerged or put in a situation where they are feeling like there's no opportunity or there's no way to change. Eight of Cups is underneath. So there's something where you feel like, I just want to leave. I just want out of here. And then there's a Day of Judgment. So what is this Day of Reckoning? What is this Day of Reckoning for Aries? The Knight of Cups. So somebody comes in with their feelings, moving water, persuading. There could be somebody thinking about you. We have a King of Swords and this Five of Cups and a King of Fire. Okay, what is this outcome about here? A King of Fire. It could be somebody with anger or hostility, but King of Fire is fiery and passionate. Why is there a Hangman? Someone feels stuck. A Water Queen, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It could be a mom, a sister, someone with strong emotions. It is a quiet person. It could be a Cancer. What's this outcome? Page of Wands. Someone's excited, thrilled, looking forward. And what is this here? Why are you Two of Cups? Exchanging an emotion. Eight of Air, Two of Rods. You feel like you have no other choice because of this High Priestess, because of this secret or this quiet. I don't know. The High Priestess is guarding the secrets of the underworld about Three of Cups, other people. So why is there a Magician here? Where Nine of Swords. Okay, so somebody's upset about this, trying to fix it, or they feel like they're being manipulated. Why is there a Moon? Why is it hidden in the dark? Curiosity, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. Information that comes in. Somebody asking questions, wanting to know. And what is this? Ten of Wands. Someone's under a lot of pressure, and there could be an Earth Queen here, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. They're here in the energy. Defending your position. Somebody is fighting back against or defending an Empress. The Empress could be a goddess. Any divine feminine. A matriarch, a mom, a sister. It could be your own energy. Okay. So we have Page of Swords on the floor. I'm not going to get it. So let's use this. I have this really responsive deck. I don't know why this deck is so responsive. It's called the Linen, the Rider-Waite Linen finish. It is just like, ever since I got it, like probably more than 5 years ago, it's just a very responsive deck. It flies out. It flips. Some don't flip so much. Like, it's a little harder. Okay, so we're seeing a Page of Swords. There's an energy of curiosity, wanting to know, wanting to get the information from something where it is closed off. It is like no, I feel like I almost see like a sign that says like no entry, like no, it's like someone has a sign or an energy of like no trespassing, but it's like very closed off, and there's mysteries around that. Like, why is it closed off? Because there's a secret of the underworld that's being kept there. All right, so what have we got? That's what you're dealing with, and you're trying to persuade, like, hey, it's okay, you can trust me. And they're like, no. Why is that? What's going on around Aries here? I might cut this deck. Hierophant, Two of Swords. Why won't someone tell you? Is it a school? Is it a church? Is it a government? What is this? It's about duty. It's about procedure. There's no entry. Four of Swords. You're upset. Like, oh, what? There was a magician, so there could be an illusionist. Somebody's trying to create the image. You do have a choice here. You're trying to juggle your choices or options. Two of Swords when you don't have the information. Interesting. There's a Five of Wands around this. Competitive, conflict-filled energy. Opposing interests. Okay, so you decide, I'm not going to give it then. Four of Coin. I'm not going to give. You decide to protect your interests. I'm telling you. You come into Six of Coins. So you're like, well, I'll include or I'll pay what I think is the right amount. If you won't tell me what it is, I'll pay what the right amount is. There is this like closely guarded secret around the situation, this High Priestess. Now the High Priestess can be a person. It can be a person who's in charge of keeping the secret. There is Moon energy around that. There is Ten of Swords energy around that. A King of Air. So there could be someone who instructed someone. Don't tell. Don't say anything. You want to be the Page of Coin, the adventurer, the person who tries something for the first time. It could also be about a person, a child, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, a message you receive. Okay, we have water sign energy around. The coin is arrived. And you have this Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Ten of Cups. Could be about a long-term emotional connection through family. And what do we have? The World card. Something could be long distance. The World is also a great accomplishment. There is the Magician underlying. Somebody who's creating an illusion, an illusionist, fixing as well. The Devil and the Three of Coin and Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is, I see it coming and it's here now. It's arrived. The Devil, so something toxic, controlled, tightly controlled. Someone knows something about a situation and they are Six of Air. They're like, I'm not saying anything. I've made up my mind. I've made my day of judgment about this situation. Three of Pentacles. It's tightly shared amongst three people or a group of people who are invested. This could be, it kind of looks like money laundering, but I don't want to say it's money laundering specifically. Because there's no real, there's a coin that is developed and counted on. But your energy is like, I'll give the fair value. I'll give what's fair. I'll give what's to keep someone out of the cold. You'll give enough in that way. You do it on your own with a Nine of Pentacles. And then it's kind of like at the last minute, Two of Rods. I'm going to do this right away, like immediately. There could be a person who is in a facility where they can't tell you what's wrong with them, like a medical facility where it's like you try to persuade like what's going on and they can't. They're like bound by a code. Yeah, they're bound by a code, but there is devil around that. There is something extreme around it. You're trying to persuade this hermit or this person who has the answers. You're trying to use the energy of persuasion. Like if I just get you to trust me, it's not about that though. This is about a person whose duty, spiritual duty could even be to guard the secrets. It makes more sense to me now. Your energy is like very practical, like, well, why can't I just, send that person flowers? Or why can't I just buy a ticket somewhere? And they're like, no, we're bound by a duty. of secrecy, where it's sworn secrecy. And if you're an Aries and you're anything like me, you're like, screw that. Like, I'm going to just bulldoze my way right in and find out what the... Yeah, there you are, Queen of Wands. You're picking up the wand and you're like, I'll take it on myself. If you're not going to trust me, then I'm going to... Well, what are you going to do? What would you do? You're going to continue. 9 of Rods. You're going to give it all you've got. You're going to continue. You're not going to give up. You may, do something over and over again. Emperor. You might call someone in a higher level. You may go above. Why is there sworn secrecy of silence around Aries here? Oh, somebody may have gotten really upset with someone, enraged, and there's a 5 of Cups around that. Someone may have threatened someone to be silent. Ooh. Your energy is like, I'll give what's fair. I'll give the appropriate amount. I'll help you in an appropriate way on my own against this extreme situation. It's coming out the same. Your future energy was a 4 of coin, though, in that case, and a 4 of wands. This is what it is. It's here now. The time is now for something. Somebody's under a lot of pressure, and they do feel sad about that. A water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. All right. So if someone's high priestess also, they feel like it's their sworn duty to guard the secret of the underworld, the spiritual secrets, the secrets, top secret. Yeah, there's an Ace of Coin, there's something new, and there's a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. People are stupid, They're like, oh, this is top secret. I've been threatened. I can't tell anyone. Please. An Earth Queen, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Page of Swords. Curious, wanting to know, asking the questions. 8 of Pentacles, building it up like an enterprise. Being specific. You're casting judgment on the situation because if you're not told and you need to know, then you have to, you're like, I'm casting judgment on that. You could think, this really stinks. Okay, there's someone who's 6 of Wands to a 4 of Wands. They're coming out publicly with something that you are like, yeah, that's what I already knew. Okay, a water sign, Page of Cups. Or it's you, Page of Cups, 8 of Air. Wow, okay. This is an enterprise of controlled information. So this could even be like, I said this the other day, this could be like a psychological operation, a PSYOP, where someone is like, I'll control the information that's given. I'll control who hears it and when they hear it. Because it's a magician. So this is a PSYOP. Someone's like, I'm going to tell them at this specific moment. Yeah, there's a lie around this. It's not completely factual. It's 7 of Swords. It is a strategy to control information, like a PSYOP. I don't think it's MK Ultra level, although there was Hierophant there, which is about a procedure that comes from a higher level to establish ethics and virtue. So this is like a higher level order. It could be a court. What's the outcome? Yeah, the Fool and the Nine of Wands. You're not going to give up. You're going to continue. Wow, there's a death around a situation, an ending, and the Judgment, and the Strength. Okay, so there is something that closes out the cycle. I don't like the way that is. Okay, so we have the Death. Providing liberation for a situation. The Day of Judgment. Making a big decision. Distribution of high office or causing someone to be liked. I call it the revelation, like where something is revealed and lifted up. The World, something is revealed when it's a psyop or it's a secret situation. Why is it a psyop or a secret situation? The Star, hope, healing, and recovery, and Six of Air, and Ace of Swords. Somebody doesn't want to feel like they have to justify their behavior, or there's healing around a situation. Someone doesn't want to feel like they have to justify themselves. You feel like they do. You feel like answers are needed, or you feel like you need to justify why this is the case. And they're like, no, I don't. I'm just going to, here it is. But it is a secret. So there is High Priestess around it with Six of Swords. A closely guarded secret. Three of Pentacles, something that is counted on. Favorable to others. Developing a history, or developing a pattern or a history of reality that this, what do you call it when somebody, patterns? Like when someone does this all the time. High Priestess. Secrets. Closed off. PSY-OP. High Priestess is spiritual, and it's also divine feminine. It's like, I'm not telling anyone. Someone's been threatened to be quiet around you, Aries. Why is it a death? Accelerating information all at once pulls you in a new direction and makes you feel like you have to do something right away. Six of Wands is the announcement of the overcoming of a conflict, but there is a Seven of Swords energy around that. So someone's been threatened or told specifically, do not let this out. Do not, somebody is Knight of Swords to a Five of Water. Somebody could have been threatened that this is their fault, or this is threatened that it's their fault. You could be dealing with hidden abuse. I'm just saying that. It could be someone around you is basically going through words that are used with the intention of silencing a person around you or someone you know. Your energy is like, you should trust me. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to understand that I'm here for you. But they've created this dependency. Three of Pentacles. This relationship of dependency. I don't understand why. It doesn't even seem like there's any benefit to it at all. What is this? It's a test of someone's strength. The Death. The Queen of Coin. There's a change. The Hermit. Could be a Virgo. Or it's a discovery. Finding something out. The Star. Healing. Recovery. Somebody may have been injured. Like I said, people are so stupid and disgusting. I hate people that keep these like tight-lipped secrets, controlled information. I have grown up around that kind of stuff. I know about controlled information. I know about like things that are made to look a certain way that aren't a certain way. Like, it's all just BS. I wish people were honest. This is something that happened all at once, like suddenly. An Earth King, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. It could be your energy is Emperor. You're in a position of oversight, personal power. Okay, another way to look at it is if somebody is very tight-lipped about a situation, it could be that they're not allowed, but spiritual and divine feminine, secret, when someone is Knight of Swords to Five of Cups, that's like where someone is threatened that it's their fault. A Queen of Cups, a water sign or someone with deep emotions, feelings, sensitivity. They're very emotional. So you want to be tempered. You want to handle it in a way that is understanding, but also practical and grounded. And how does this play out? The Sun on a Seven of Swords. That's nice. So you have something that brings the highest form of enlightenment out of this moon situation. So why does something get exposed? It could be a hermit. It could be a doctor. It could be a social worker, a caseworker. It could be a person who knows the secrets. Five of Swords. You feel like this needs justification. Maybe through police. Maybe through the courts. How do we call judgment on something? How do we cast judgment if it's not up to you to cast judgment on something? It's not your job. What do? You call. Usually you call someone. The Moon. You know? Why is there the Sun as the outcome? The Hangman and the Ace of Cups. You'll feel very strongly about it. And you will feel like, okay, there's nothing I can do about this. Hangman is like, I'm put in a position where I can't do anything. I'm submerged. I feel awkward. The Four of Wands. It's what you expected, or it's what is. With the Fool. Okay. Launching into a new Five of Cups. With the Truth. What happens here if Aries takes action as the Emperor? Your Eight of Cups to a Magician. You're like, this isn't how it's... I don't play those games. You're like, I don't play games. I'm out of here. I don't participate. I don't play games. I don't take part in BS. Magician with the Truth. That's where it's weird. So then you have a Nine of Cups behind that. Somebody's satisfied with the way this happens. It is their wish coming true. Nine of Cups. They're very confused, or they don't understand. Why is the Magician there? The Five of Coins. Okay, somebody's left out in the cold. They don't have something. They really do need it. They're left out in the cold. Three of Wands. It's what they anticipate. And Ten of Cups. Family. Community. They're waiting for an answer. Who is this water sign? A Three of Coins. Someone who counts on something, depends on something, is in a team, group, and Four of Coins. It is closed off, or you close off to that energy. It could be someone who's a part of some kind of exclusive group. Four of Coins to an Ace of Coins. So your future is 4-4-4. You're like, I don't want to take any risks. I don't want to take any chances. I don't want to lose. So you don't want to lose. I do kind of see you taking action though on the scenario. Let's use an oracle and see what's coming up here. What's coming up for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign? You're dealing with secrets. So why do people keep secrets at all? Why is something a feminine, closely guarded secret? A divine feminine. Not saying anything. Being silenced. With a Magician and a Knight of Swords. That's like threats, or somebody is accusing someone. With the Five of Cups, accusing guilt. Like making someone feel like it's their fault. Your energy is just like, I'm here for you. Like, Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, Emperor. Okay. Show us, what do we have? The Thief. The Deepest Wish. The Mother Bear. Or it is the bear, so it can be, it's a protector, a mother bear. Travel. And the 4-leaf clover of luck. There is a bond between two people, Knight of Cups. And the Nest. Okay, there is a mask, so there is a secret. And what happens there? The Man, Ace of Cups, and a King of Pentacles, a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And what else do we have? Unconditional love and support, 10 of Cups, okay. And we also have a 10 of Pentacles, a long-term connection that is permanent and real, that provides a stable situation. People talking. You do come into the 4-leaf clover of luck. So there is luck around this situation. There appears to be some kind of wrongdoing though. There was a devil and there was something about a thief. Something is taken. It could be that somebody experienced theft and they don't want to tell anyone. Like, hey, something was taken from me. It was stolen. I don't know. Oh my God, the thief. Look at this. I kid you not. What was taken? Telling you. I identify with Maleficent. But there's a group of people, especially she's got the crow. This is all just so me, completely. But there's a group of people out there. And they know who they are, but it's not related to my work or me or anything. It's other people that I know that think I'm Cruella de Vil, which is false. I don't wear furs. And like, I'm none of that. But they like to call me that behind my back. Which is like, oh, that's nice. Okay, there is a change coming. I like this. The Day of Karma, Saturn direct. Big changes coming. A mature woman. Okay. Adjudication. So that can also be court. A mature man. A woman of privilege. We have courthouse. Which usually means something working out in your favor. It has you 8 of Pentacles, like, or just working towards something, developing something. We have courtship. We have a message of concern, being part of your fear. Distant horizons and a false person. Okay, what's the outcome? Going on a journey. A child. What else? Highest honor. Okay, your energy is 8 of Pentacles, or like working, developing, working on working on a process, working on a procedure, developing a plan is the word. Prioritizing. Someone feels like they don't have to justify anything that they do. Why is that? There is a discovery, something that has been found out. Wow, and it has to do with coming up with a plan, a strategy, Eight of Pentacles. Let's see. I'm going to just read the card and we'll see. Eight of Pentacles is when someone performs a miracle of turning water into wine and then back again. Turning blood into wine. Turning any metal into legal tender. Making a fool wise. So it's someone's business development. You don't want to quit. You don't want to give up. You are following your passion and your motivation. And you are new at this. You are excited. And there is someone curious. Page of Swords. The spy, the watcher, the person that needs the information. You come into a 4 again. 4 of Cups. What is this? 4 of Wands. Is what you expected. What happens here? At the last minute or suddenly, and the Sun is revealed. 10 of Pentacles. A permanent situation, a developed situation. Something's been developing. And someone is a test of their strength. Why is it what you expected? No one told you anything. 4 of Swords. It may have been a secret, private matters. Page of Cups. Somebody reaches out with this news or information. Again, it's strange. It comes in with helpfulness. 6 of the Coins and 9 of the Cups. Somebody feels like this is their wish coming true. It is very happy for them, satisfying for them. All right. There is something that comes in as part of a plan or someone's game. 10 of Cups, feeling like you have to do something right away for other people. 10 of Cups, maybe in a family or some situation where there's people you care about. I'm just going to use the Witch's Wisdom and just get a couple of cards and see what pops. Well, I don't feel like these are too big to shuffle. So I'll end up on the floor. Let's take this off the top. High Priestess of Responsibility. Something very secretive and private. High Priestess. Very spiritual. Very sacred. What's sacred? Broomstick. Clearing out the energies. Invoking spirit rituals. And ooh, the familiar guardian. Someone's animal or pet could be stepping in on their behalf. Moon cycles. Candle magic. Manifesting something coming true. And going through a rebirth. High Priestess can also be someone who knows the secrets but chooses not to participate. Is giving it over to spirit. And maybe someone who performs rituals or magic. That's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.